Hello, and I am live. Hello. Okay, so guys, this is my Backlash WWE Backlash Preview of 2020. That's right, 2020. So I'm just gonna get straight into it because, quite frankly, I don't see this going amazingly well. Although there are some interesting matches on the card itself, like Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that's my answer to that particular point. I'm being sarcastic. So let's talk about the actual matches which are supposed to be great. When I mean great, I mean the greatest match of all time. That's right, all time. The greatest match of all time. And we know why WWE, well, I think WWE did that on purpose to take the mick, really. I think they did it to make fun of Edge and Christian's match, what they did at WrestleMania, because it was like 40 minutes of just like, like Edge going, whoo, and Randy going, ah, whoo, ah, whoo, ah. That's all it was. It was just like, for God's sake, 40 minutes of that, 40 minutes, and this is supposed to be, one hell of a great match in sports entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, and then Edge got criticized, and then he said, "Well, Bret Hart liked it." I'm sure Bret Hart was actually being polite, or in general, he just never watched it and just lied completely. And that's no disrespect to Edge. Everybody can have stinking performances here and there. I don't think it's got anything to do with anything in particular. I think the whole scenario was, you know what, we got to fill so much time. I don't know why. Why did they have to do 40 minutes of that match? That was just absolutely ridiculous. But guess what? It was even worse. Now, I was kind of looking on, the Bleacher Report, and Brian Alvarez from WrestlingObserver.com is saying the match was taped on June the 7th at the Performance Center and lasted for about 30 to 45 minutes. Oh my gosh! And he believes this is the unedited version. Come on, man. Do you really think that, the unedited, it was the same before? It was the same at WrestleMania. At WrestleMania, Edge and Randy Orton, they had the match, and it was believed to go a long time, and it was the unedited version. And then by them going through the edited version was just crap anyway. So basically, you have the edited version. This is lasting 35 minutes again. How can you have a match that long and people not get bored, man? This is supposed to be 35 minutes, unless there's lulls here and there. It's not gonna. This is a one fall match. You know what I mean? It's a one fall match, and at Randy Orton and Edge's pace that they go at, it's not gonna be like an AEW match where it's like bang, 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 then bang, 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 and then stop. Then you can actually pause and go, "Whoa, what did we just see with craziness?" I don't know, man. I think Edge can do a great match, but 35 minutes, man, that's a bit much. I don't. Why does it have to be that long? This is a wrestling match. That's what I don't get. It's not a case of. I think Vince McMahon is just taking a mick. He's just having a laugh at you. He's like 70 odd now, and he's thinking, you know what? I just don't give a damn now. This Edge, you wanted to come to WWE and you wanted to wrestle again. Well, and otherwise you would have gone to AEW. So we had to sign you up and now give you some matches. So here we are. I'm gonna give you the crappiest match of them all. Let's put it on. Give you all the pressure in the world. Greatest match of all time. Vince McMahon like that. Seriously, I don't know what to say. It's just like, and even Edge, like he's saying, like I don't know. I never did this before, and I don't know if I can do this. And then Christine came out last week on Raw and saying, "Do you think you got it?" And then Edge showed him the eyes, and then Christine said, "You've got it, you've got it." And then Randy Orton came out and he was, "Stop, this is absolutely ridiculous, blah, 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 blah." And it is ridiculous, man, because I'll tell you one thing, Randy Orton is a boring. I mean, he has got some good, he has had some good matches, but the pacing and is very stale and it's very safe. He's a better wrestler than Miz, but he's a very safe orientated wrestler, and it's very predictable. So when you've got a guy like that, and you've got a guy like Edge who he can be technical if he really wants, but he was more entertainment based from my opinion. I think you can do it. They've had matches before, but they weren't great. Even I'll be honest, this is going to be such a dud. I think they're setting it up to make it fail, and it's gonna be funny. It's just gonna be funny, man, because it's supposed to be the greatest match of them all, and the way they've hyped it, they've got like Shawn Michaels talking about it, and then they've got Kurt Angle on Raw. If anybody saw it, that was so hilarious. Kurt Angle was reading a script, and he was like, he's not used to these reading a script type. So he was just like, yes. And you look at his eyes, he was reading the script. He was like, and yes, I think that if they continue, and I think Edge will win. Yeah. Yay. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. And he's like, I really don't give a damn, do I? This is going to be such a funny match. It's horrible. Anyway, so we all know that match is gonna suck like a lemon. So I'm just gonna get straight into the rest of the matches because, quite frankly, this card is gonna be. I would give it. I think it's gonna turn out to be okay. To be honest with you, it is dependent on how long the show will be. We've got Drew McIntyre after that against Bobby Lashley. Now, the scenario here is, I think what they're going to do is going to keep the title on Drew McIntyre because it's too early for him to lose it. But the problem is with Drew McIntyre, he hasn't got anybody who is worthy of his challenge. You know what I mean? Then they need someone like a Brock or somebody to kind of like push him. I think the push that they were doing with Seth, I think they could have continued on with that, really. They could have pushed him to the next level, like, because I was actually thinking in that previous match that they had that Edge, I mean, not Edge, they're going to give Seth the title. And we all hate Seth, and that's his whole job, is to be hated. So it was actually going to be a good thing, and you have that believability factor, is going to be good. But with Bobby Lashley, you just don't see it because he's putting on that face where he's kind of scared and stuff like that. So you kind of like automatically believe he's going to lose. So you've got that particular scenario, and then not only that, you've got Lana. So she's going to come in and try to intervene into the match, I reckon. And then MVP is going, what's going on? And then they're going to hit, like Bobby Lashley will end up accidentally hurting, something's going to happen. Some schmutz is going to happen, and then he'll end up losing the title because the full attention will be on Lana, and then Drew McIntyre will be hit the Claymore, and it will just be like, the whole attention will be on Bobby Lashley, and what is it, Lana? And that's not what we want. We want Drew McIntyre to shine. if you actually make Drew McIntyre lose, I don't think that's going to be the best thing to happen for Drew McIntyre. Because quite frankly, how else is he going to get better? Who else can take his place? I think the only one will be Seth Rollins. So I can't see them put it on Bobby Lashley. He's just not a big guy right now. He's had this little push, but even then, it's not like he's a hateable guy, and there's so much attention on him, and he's great on the mic. There's nothing there. It needs to be built a couple of matches upwards, and I think he's just not there yet. So for me, Drew McIntyre is going to win it. Now, Braun Strowman versus Miz and the Miz and John Morrison. What the hell is all that about? 2-on-1 handicap match for the WWE Universal Championship. What is it all about? Clearly, they do not know what to do with Braun Strowman. They have nobody there. They don't have, what's his name? Bray Wyatt to feud with him right now. So they've got, what do? We need someone temporary. Oh, yeah, Miz, Morrison, you guys, we love you guys. Vince McMahon, he loves the Miz, and he loves the Morrison. I don't know why. He doesn't love the Morrison because he got rid of him such a long time ago, but he likes the Miz, so he thought he'd give him another platform. And to be honest, this situation, there's no way Miz and Morrison are going to win this. So, 2-on-1 handicap match. It's not going to be interesting. I'm going to give it Braun Strowman. He's going to retain the title because, quite frankly, if you give it to Miz or John Morrison, it's not going to do anything good for any of them. For the actual title as well, it's not gonna be built up to be at the next level. Now, this is the next match after that is Asuka against Nia Jax. Asuka, awesome. I love the way she just screams. But I don't know why she's fighting Nia Jax. Well, where did she come from? I didn't even, to be honest, I never watched the full Raw fully, simply because it's kind of. But my point is, she slapped Charlotte Flair. I thought, isn't Charlotte Flair going to be feuding with Asuka? Isn't that the case? I thought that was the case, but okay. But let's be honest, we all know who's going to win. It's not going to be Nia Jax. She's got some heat at the back because she injured. Who is that? Asuka's best friend. Yeah. I'm not sure what her name was, but Asuka's best friend, she injured her. So the heat's on Nia because she's injured a few people. You know what I mean? She apparently injured R-Truth, so that wasn't good, was it? So Asuka's gonna win that one. Okay, oh yeah, here's a good match. Well, it could be, but the problem is I don't think Jeff Hardy has it anymore in him, because if you look at the match. No, he has got it, but I don't think it's the perfect match against Sheamus, because Sheamus is strong dude, big, butch, goes at it full power. Jeff Hardy, he's got it, but he hasn't got that edge anymore that he could actually hit guys and hurt them. You know what I mean? It doesn't, or the ability where he can actually he's become more of a counter offense type of wrestler. And the last match that they had with each other was like Jeff Hardy got a roll up and won that match, and it was a boring match because Sheamus was just beating the hell out of Jeff Hardy. So I think somehow, some way, Jeff Hardy's going to do it. He's going to win it again, and that will be the end of that. And then the feud will continue, which is a good thing because the whole angle of he's. I don't know why they're pushing Jeff Hardy so much. Does he get a lot of views? Does he is he a big draw for the WWE? If he is, great. You know what I mean? Great. Continue on with it. You know what I mean? That's all good. But I think they should make him win the match against Sheamus, and then Sheamus come out and say, your other family member did this to you or something like that, or you're an alcoholic maniac and all this stuff, and I've got this from the past or something like that. Keep the ball rolling, man, for a few months. You know what I mean? It will be good, interesting type of feud. Now, The next match is Bayley and Sasha Banks, who are the champions of the world. They're the tag team champions, the women tag team champions, versus Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, versus the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. Now, this match, I just cannot be bothered with it. I cannot be bothered at all. I don't care. And I will just say that Bayley and Sasha Banks are going to win it. They're great heels. They've got great heat. No one really cares about Alexa Bliss or Nikki Cross. And Bayley and Sasha Banks, it's just, they can get some good views for them, so good for them. Apollo the Smiling Cruz versus Andrade with Zelina Vega. God, I hate Andrade with Zelina Vega. It just reminds me of, they just recycle the same crap from 10 years ago. It's like Andrade and Garcia are like John Morrison and whoever he was a tag team partner with, and then they were with Melina at the time. Even the names rhyme as well. Zelina Vega, Melina. So for this one, I don't care, and if they give it to Andrade, I don't care. They give a title, because all I ever do is, whenever I watch Switch on Raw, all I ever hear is like, okay, the moment someone starts to talk, and suddenly the music comes up. Zelina Vega and Andrade and Garcia, and I'm sick of it. It's so boring and so. They can't even speak English properly, man. That's the worst part. And then Zelina Vega's just doing her job, which is basically being a pain. And they just keep putting the camera on her so much, like it's like, we really give a damn. If it was anybody behaving, any female manager behaved like that, we would react in the exact same way. It's not like, wow, we've got an amazing star here, Zelina Vega. No one gives a crud. Oh man, I hate them. Apollo Crews, I hope you win. I'll be honest, you deserve it. You've been smiling for over 5 years, for all I know. And you've got the title. At least you've got the title, man. US title. You've had it more than a day than Zack Ryder did. So good for you. And, F WWE for trying to mess you up for so long. You know what I mean? He had some great talent. He's a great talent. They just never pushed him, and whatever, man. Now there are going to be some more matches after that. I'm not sure. Maybe there will be. I think Kevin Owens will be probably getting a match here and there or whatever it is. But that is the lowdown, man. But am I looking forward to it? I honestly, I can't. I'm not sure. I'm not looking forward to it. Maybe. It'll be interesting. It will be interesting. I'll give it a 60% personally. I think it's going to be 60% watch. It's going to be worth a watch. It'll be better than Raw, that's for sure. So, yeah, that's my predictions. What do you think, guys? Okay, let me know. And, yeah, thank you very, very much for viewing this, people. Do 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 do. I like. Bye bye.